Hi, and welcome to City Happenings. I'm Mayor David Black. The city has a new police officer and will take you to his swearing-in ceremony. And you've already heard from Sump Library's director about the library state accreditation. This week, the library board's vice president shares her thoughts about it. And the city attorney gives Liberty Day presentations in the local schools. She talks about the U.S. Constitution and breaks down our form of government for local fifth graders. We'll bring you to one of her presentations. Please enjoy all these stories next in City Happenings for the week of February 25th.
Thanks, Mayor Black. Travis Roseboom is the city's newest police officer. The Millard West graduate also attended the University of Nebraska-Omaha and earned his bachelor's degree in criminal justice, public affairs, community service. Prior to coming to Papillion, he was a detective with the Blair Police Department.
During my interview with the then candidate, Roseboom, that he had the best answers for every one of my questions. He demonstrated a thorough knowledge of this city. I think he even rivaled the knowledge of Chris Whitted, the Deputy Chief Chris Whitted, that has lived here all of his life.
Officer Roseboom demonstrated he knows what community policing is and what it means to serve the community.
And that he bought into that 100%. I think he's an excellent candidate for our police department. He fits the culture of not only the police department, but this city as well.
Roseboom is currently in his field training phase. We told you earlier of Sump Library earning accreditation from the Nebraska Library Commission. The strict qualification guidelines validates Papillion's library.
I am very proud of our library. I'm very proud of the staff that we have that can implement these programs and implement them in a level that is very meaningful to a lot of different age levels of different demographic groups.
And servicing all ages is what Sump does.
It could be easier to be a library for small children, that we just have a ton of small children books, but it's harder to be a good library for adults and the issues that they are facing. Sometimes it's mental health, sometimes it's aging parents, in things that you wouldn't necessarily think, oh, the library can help me with that. But we, of course, have a wealth of knowledge here, and all we ask is that the patrons access it.
Now that Sump has reached this level, it's important to stay there.
Maintaining is not necessarily an easy thing either, because there's always wear and tear on equipment, and you have to replace, and technology is obsolete by the time you purchase it, so you've got to stay on top of all of that. But yes, where do we want to go? We want to go up.
And that means continue getting better.
We want to improve on the services that we offer to all ages, and we want to improve on the equipment that we have.
Part of that improvement is the new community center.
Papillion Landing, that we will have a presence there, and we're going to be able to do some things that we do not have the space for here. And I mean, that is super exciting, because we also feel like that will reach some people that don't necessarily come into this building. They'll be coming over into the landing for other options, other things that they may want to do, and then they'll say, oh my goodness, I didn't know the library had a 3D printer.
St. Columkill School hosts Liberty Day. City Attorney Carla Rupiper explains the U.S. Constitution and our form of government to the fifth grade class.
It's so important for our students to learn about why learning about our government and our history is important to them now. Having someone like Carla come in to talk about how she has taken the Constitution and different laws in the government and uses it in her everyday job is a really good reference for our kids to see, why do I need to learn about this? Why is this important?
As we know, things don't remain the same.
At the same time, she always talks about how things are changed, and in a society where things are changing so much, it's important for our kids to know, what can I do to change things? Why is it important, and how can I be an important part in our government and laws?
Having someone from outside of the school come and present a topic goes a long way.
I can say things a million times and they know I'm a teacher and it's my job to teach them, but to see someone who is using this and making changes and making a difference because of the things that they have learned, hearing that kind of person teach them about those kinds of things, I just think it has a little more leverage than when they hear it from me once again.
Carla knowing and being comfortable with the topic is so very important.
She does a really good job of going back in history. Our fifth graders are starting to learn about the Constitution and the Revolutionary War and everything. So she does a really good job of going back in history and talking about how things have changed. She does a good refresher about the branches of government and the Constitution and the Articles of Confederation and all that kind of stuff. So she does a really good job of that, and I just think they like to hear it from someone else's perspective.
We'll hear more about Liberty Day in a future show.
We want to remind you that the registration for the annual half marathon, 10K, and 5K is now open. This event kicks off the Papillion Race Series. Sign up at www.papillionraceseries.com. There are lots of ways to stay up to date with what's happening in Papillion. You can find us on Facebook, follow the City of Papillion on Twitter and Instagram, or watch our YouTube channel. Information about all of our departments and programs is available on our website. For more about Papillion, go to www.papillion.org. Just call the Mayor's Hotline at 402-827-1111. Thanks for watching.